Press the bell icon and never miss an update from ET Auto.
Hello and welcome to ET Auto Big Bite. Commercial vehicle industry has been going through a major shift, especially a positive shift. We have seen a growth coming up after the peak of 2012, especially MSCV has touched a new height in FY18. We have here with us Mr. Vinod Aggarwal, CEO and Managing Director of VECV, Volvo Eicher Commercial Vehicle, to look at the trends and what has been the reason for this growth and how does the market looks going forward. Mr. Aggarwal, welcome to ET Auto. It's always been a pleasure talking to you, and it's great that the numbers, the data that you share is surely a great, insight for the viewers as well as readers. I want to understand what has been the main driver of this industry so far. What kind of growth we have seen? Is it largely policy driven, or it's a mixture of too many things?
It's a mixture of too many things. If you go back to the history, right from 11-12 till 17-18, this industry has gone through a lot of ups and downs, and basically there have been a lot of turbulences, a lot of disruptions. But now I think we have reached a stage when all the disruptions are behind us. If disruptions, you can say that in the initial period there were a lot of issues with respect to the decision making, like if you go back to 12-13 period or 13-14 period. Then after that, of course, there were disruptions like demonetization or migration from BS3 to BS4, or uncertainties relating to GST implementation. However, all those things are now behind us. Now you are seeing the positive impacts of some of these transformations, some of these reforms. For example, the GST related benefits, they have started kicking in. And similarly, with the improvement in the road infrastructure and more privatization of the toll roads, there has been a lot of enforcement of overloading restrictions. Now, if you have the overloaded truck, you have to pay 10 times the penalty at the toll stations.
How do you see this financial year? April has been very strong, but do you think April is the right kind of milestone to measure the rest of the financial year, or do you think it's largely an impact of a May month when we had reduced sales because of advanced buying in April, May, because of the BS4 implementation, because people bought in advance, because people were giving, manufacturers were giving a lot of discounts on commercial vehicles especially and two-wheelers?
No, basically there are various factors which will boost the industry in 18-19 or 19-20. I would say next 2-3 years are going to be very good for the industry. So leave aside April. The reasons are, as I was mentioning, because of GST, there has been a lot of changes. Because of the better roads, hub and spoke model has become much more relevant. Therefore, you need different type of trucks. You have seen major migration happening to higher tonnage trucks, better technology trucks, value trucks. As a result of that, if you look at, for example, 37-ton market, 37-ton market, 10x2 trucks, now that has moved up from 25,000 in 16-17 to 70,000 units in 17-18. If you look at the tractor trailers, that has moved up from 40,000-45,000 in 16-17 to 58,000 in 17-18. So we have seen major migration happening to better technology trucks, high tonnage trucks. This is number one.
This is because of the fleet owners want to reduce.
Because now you need better productive trucks. You need more speeds. You need you have to deliver on time. If earlier people were talking in days, now they are talking in hours. So the expectations on the productivity, on efficiencies have increased manifold with the entry of new players like e-commerce companies, or all other you can say Uberization of the aggregators
sharing,
are coming in.
Sharing
so fleet sharing, and then expectations of productivity has gone up significantly. So as a result of that, people have to replace their trucks. So old trucks have to be replaced. The replacement demand has become very strong. So that is number one. Number two is the overloading, as I mentioned. So overloading, now the overloading restrictions are there. You have to pay 10 times the toll if you overload a truck. So people are not overloading is not there. As a result of that, you need more trucks. And then of course the focus on infrastructure, that is a lot of expenditure. Government is spending a lot of money on the roads, and there is increased speed, like the kilometers per day. There is a huge ambition taken by the government to increase the speed of construction of roads. So if you have to do that, you need more trucks.
Do you expect this trend to continue when new trailer code is introduced? Because with that, the prices of vehicles are going to go up.
No, that all these reforms will be better for the industry only, because when you have new trailer code, it means there will be more flexibility. You don't have to, the waiting time at the loading unloading stations will come down significantly. Just leave the trailer and pick up the next trailer. So there won't be any specific coupling of a trailer. So there will be more flexibility.
But people suggest that because of the new, there has been a lot of postponement and extension to the new trailer code. Some states have implemented, some have given extension of 3 months every time, and we are still waiting to be implemented. That has led to fleet owners buying it, because if you buy a trailer from unorganized, non-ARI approved manufacturer or trailer maker, the cost is much less, because the fleet owner can provide the raw material and everything, and he can get it developed at a labor cost. But once the ARAI certification, certified trailer manufacturers come, and that becomes mandatory, don't you think there will be a shift or change in the market condition?
I don't think. These are all the factors which will only help the industry in the long run. Because you need the better
in the
quality.
Short term,
I don't worry about short term. In the long run, it is good for the industry. All these reforms are good for the industry. So the industry which has suffered a lot of disruption in last 6 years, having come out of those disruptions, economy is growing, outlook is good, rural economy outlook is good, and then all this focus on infrastructure. I am very optimistic that next 2-3 years are going to be extremely good for the CV industry, especially for the commercial vehicle.
Do you think this year we will be able to touch 1 million mark in commercial vehicle space? Or
let's hope. I am optimistic that we should see double-digit growth.
This year.
April was record month. If you go by April was, we had never seen such high sales on the back of high sales in March. April also was good. Normally, what you see that when you have a lot of sometimes the dumping happens in the last month of the financial year. But this year, there was no such thing. It was all backed up by retails. So that's why you have seen good sales in April as well, and May also is expected to be good.
So how do you see once BS6 is implemented? Do you think that will be another accelerator, or do you think a mid of hiccup can come in the market?
Whenever any discontinuity happens, like BS6 will be a major discontinuity. The prices of trucks will go up. So definitely there will be some pre-buying. People will try to buy at the old norms at the lower price. So to that extent there will be some pre-buying, but I think that will have only a temporary short-term impact. As far as the inherent strength of the industry is concerned, if the economy has to move up, then number of trucks have to go up. So I think that's the fundamental.
Okay, how Volvo Eicher is poised to cash on the opportunity that's being created? You had a very good market share in medium range. But we see market shifting towards heavy duty trucks. How are you going to build a supremacy in that segment as well? What is your plan? How are you trying to expand your portfolio?
We have the widest range of trucks.
Yeah, that.
So we have the entire range, right from 4 ton till 49 ton. And in this range also, we have different categories of trucks. We have the mass market trucks, we have the value trucks, we have the premium trucks, we have very high-end premium trucks, which is the Volvo trucks. So we have all category of products. So we can meet any needs of the customers. So we are absolutely ready.
So what kind of market dynamics you see for yourself? What percentage of volume you expect from heavy, like 30 plus or 16 above tonnage?
In heavy duty trucks, we will have the maximum growth, because that is our maximum growth potential area. We are already very strong in light and medium duty trucks. There our strategy has to be that we have to sustain that market share, and we have to steadily keep on improving a little bit. However, as far as the heavy duty trucks are concerned, we are a very small player as of now. We are just having 5% market share, and there we have to consistently keep on improving this market share as we go along, based on better products, based on better service to the customers, and these products which we have come out with in heavy duty trucks. You see lot of latest technology from the Volvo group. We have adopted lot of Volvo group technology into these products. So we have Pro 6000 series, which has absolutely state of the art engine. The driveline is absolutely again very latest, and then Pro 8000 is the premium series in the heavy duty trucks. So we have the, you can say, the very good product range which will help us to grow the market share.
How do you see the entire commercial vehicle space, you know, reshaping itself in terms of segment tonnage wise? If you could give a brief idea.
You will see more and more migration happening towards high tonnage trucks.
So when you say high tonnage, how
high
much?
tonnage means the tractor trailers.
30 plus tonnage.
Which is 35 ton plus, 35 ton, 40 ton, 49 ton. And in the rigid trucks also, you will see more and more migration happening to higher tonnage trucks. Like 37 ton trucks, as I mentioned, it has gone up from 25,000 in 16-17 to 70,000. So 3 times increase. So that migration will continue. In fact, you are going to see in the rigid trucks also higher capacity trucks. For example, 37 ton will go to 41 ton with 12 by 2 in the 12 by 2 configuration. Similarly, there is some change in the axle weight also. So that 41 ton can go up to 43 ton. So and then of course there is a possibility that can go up to 45, 46 ton.
We have seen there is a trend of strong focus on LCV. Your arch rival like Ashok Leyland, Mahindra, they all are working strongly in LCV space. What's Volvo's Eicher's plan in that space?
LCV, when you say LCV, are you talking of sub 3 ton?
Yeah.
Sub 3 ton, as of now we don't have any plan.
So you don't want to bring
as of now our focus is 4 ton and above.
Okay. And lower ton, below 8 ton?
Below 4 ton we don't have any plan as of now. Of course, between 4 to 9 ton, of course we are going to do a lot of modernization, and our vision is to drive modernization in the entire commercial transportation.
Okay, when you talk about
and in line with that, we will be coming out with better technology products even in the 4 to 9 ton segment.
So can you give a little more detail on the product rollout plan?
We have every year we come out with new products. It's a continuous process, and so that will continue. Like as I mentioned, we will come out with a new platform in 4 to 9 ton, and we will come out with more and more variants and more models. For example, we are going to introduce 49 ton 6x4 tractor in Pro 6000 series. That's going to happen next month, and similarly we will come out with 12 by 2 truck or 10 by 2 with twin tires with 41 ton capacity. So you will see, it's a continuous process.
So what are the key trends in terms of better technology you are talking about? What are the key trends in terms of technology and features that your new set of vehicles are going to have?
Like for example, as you go forward, you will see more and more better technology in the form of, you would see AMTs, automated manual transmissions, which will again improve the efficiency of the trucks. You will see more and more role of electronics in the engines. Already BS6 will be fully electronic, BS4 is also electronic. So based on that, there will be increased use of telematics, and then of course you will have more and more safety features. You will have better cabins, you will have air conditioned cabins. So you will see.
So are you going to have all your vehicles with air conditioned cabin?
This option is available
already.
Yes.
So all vehicles are.
Anyone can, if you want air conditioned, we can provide air conditioning.
You can provide, but are you going to roll out with are you going to make it?
Because right now, for example, in tippers, a lot of customers already they need air conditioning. So we roll out and give standard product air conditioning. But in other products, still the customers are not asking for air conditioned cabin. Earlier, government was going to make it mandatory, but then they changed that thinking. Now they have made the mandatory only the provision of the blower, or you have to provide that option, that so that the air conditions can be fitted if anyone wants. So
when do you expect to launch your BS6 compliant products?
It's going to come from 1/4/2020, and we will be ready.
You will not start
absolutely on time.
Okay. So you already export some of the BS5, BS6 engines from India, right? So it will make your work a bit
We are
easy.
in a much better position, because we are already manufacturing Euro 6 engines for Volvo Group. Like, we are the exclusive manufacturing hub for meeting all the automotive requirements for their medium duty trucks, and these are all Euro 6 engines which we manufacture in Pithampur plant, the state of the art engine manufacturing plant.
Seen that plant.
And the same engine has been adopted for Euro 4. So like our Euro 4 heavy duty Pro 6000 or Pro 8000 series, it's the same engine which is Euro 6 engine. The same engine has been adopted for Euro 4. So you can say already this engine is the latest in technology, and then of course for us to move to Euro 6
what
will
kind
not
of
be that
investment
difficult.
have you laid out for all this fleet modernization for this year and next few years?
Every year, if you look at our past track record, every year consistently we have been investing almost 500-600 crores every year, last you can say 5-7 years, and similar plan will continue. Even this year also we will have
the requirements have changed, the drastic change in the market. So do you think the similar kind of capex is enough when you are going to meet BS6
because we are
norms?
consistently doing it. For example, we have modernized all our product platform. We don't have to invest new cabin. The cabin already we have made all the investments. The engines we have already made the investment, only it's the same engine will be adopted for Euro 6. So we are consistently doing. So for us it will be more incremental work. So when I say every year we will invest around 500-600 crores, it means that is not only for products, that also includes capacity expansion, that also includes new products. So it's everything put together.
So let's talk about some of the challenges that the industry is facing right now. Like, we have challenge of we lose a lot of money because of traffic congestion, because of halts. So how this is going to change? Are you guys trying to push government to change, bring in regulation, implement those regulation? Is there any talk on that line?
Already with GST, we have now borderless states. So earlier there were a lot of stoppages or the wastages happening at the borders of each state. So now there is no such thing. So as it is, there is improvement of 20 to 25% in the productivity.
So how e-way bill is going to help? Is it going to help?
E-way bill, again, it's absolutely the reform which will help the industry, because everything gets captured in one bill. So you don't have to do the complicated documentation. So all details are captured there. So it also helps in better tax compliances or better compliances for all the laws.
Electrification is one thing that everybody is worried about now. Is Eicher also working towards it?
Absolutely, we have already introduced one bus, a fully electric bus, and we have got one order also. We are already going to supply in Mumbai.
Okay, how many units?
40 units.
40 units. By what time?
I think it will happen next 3 to 6 months.
It's a 12-meter bus?
It's 9-meter bus.
9-meter bus.
33-seater.
You just mentioned about Euro 6 engines that you are exporting. What are the other export plan for Volvo Eicher, and how it has been shaping up over the years? Exports
is another very big potential area for us. Like last year we have exported 9,000 trucks and buses, and going forward there is very big potential for exports, because we have modernized all our trucks. Now these trucks are also suitable for the developed markets, for example the markets of South Africa or markets of Southeast Asia like Indonesia or Malaysia or Thailand. So lot of work is going on, and we will have huge potential for exports as we go along, because right now our large exports are to the India-like markets, which are the South Asia markets, for example Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka.
So with the BS6 coming up, it
with
will…
BS6 even now also, like already BS4, still in the export markets you still have lower norms, like for example Even in South Africa also, they still don't have Euro 4 norms. So that norm is not the, but they need better trucks. They need better technology trucks. They need better comfort. They need higher horsepower engines. So all those features are available in our products now. So now we have specific products for South Africa. We have specific products for Indonesia, and we are going to leverage Volvo Group network in Indonesia and South Africa. So all that, we will see a lot of action going forward in exports. So our
what kind of revenue contribution you expect from?
Right now, like last year, we had 66,000 trucks and buses. We sold 66,000. Out of that, we exported 9,000, which is around, you can say, 15%. So the ratio will be almost 15 to 20%, you can say, for exports. And there is a huge potential, as I mentioned, with the new markets opening up. Indonesia is a very large market for trucks, especially for the light and medium duty trucks. Similarly, South Africa is a very large market. So once you start exporting these two markets, then of course more avenues open up in North Africa markets like Algeria or Morocco, or so we will have more and more options coming up. So exports is a very big thrust area from our side.
So has export been one of the reasons for your consistent profitability that you have maintained? Even during 12-13 you had profitable balance
Exports
sheet.
is, of course exports are also profitable, but then the reason of our consistency in profit is first of all the cost management, the second is the price management. Like we don't run after the customer giving huge discounts. So we have to manage, we have to say beyond a point. We say no beyond a point. And then of course material cost reduction is a consistent cost reduction program.
How do you see the industry growing in the next 2-3 years, and what kind of volume do you expect in next 2-3 years?
As I mentioned, next year we should see, this year we should see double-digit growth, and we are very hopeful that next 3 years minimum we should have consistent growth. So I am expecting that every year you should have 10 to 15% growth.
What are your product rollout plan for India in coming few months?
Like this year, if everything goes well, we will do better than the industry growth.
So how many product you expect?
Last year we sold 66,000, and this year everything goes well, we can go right up to.
What are the new product launch expected from VECV this year?
As I mentioned, next month we are going to do the 49-ton tractor trailer launch, which will be a very.
So that would be, I think, you are entering that segment now, or
we are already there with Pro 8000 series, but this will be as you can say, the product which will sell more, because the market is more concentrated towards this type of trucks. So we will have a better technology trucks, and then it will compete with all the current players. So that product will come.
Thank you so much. Thank you.